September the 26th, and I'm wrapping up the feeding of my colonies. Most of my colonies are going to go into winter in a 5/5 frame box, these two boxes, with feed bag in a cover or a piece of greenhouse material covered by 2 inches of foam. And for them to overwinter, I want them to be around 75 pounds, because I find that's consistent enough to get them all the way through to dandelions, even in the coldest of years. And the way I feed is a little different. I use a frame feeder as a top feeder. So what we have is we have a piece of reflectix in this box, cut to the inside dimension and pushed flat against the combs. If I don't put that there, they make goodly amounts of burr comb. And then I've got the frame feeder, a 2-gallon frame feeder, which actually it seems to hold 1 3/4 gallons. And I have the foil just about 1/4 of an inch from the back. The bees come up, they take the feed and they take it back down. I get worried about this plastic resting and drooping onto this top of here and preventing the bees to access it, so I put a little shim on each feeder hole. Put that down, and that works quite well. I like it at my out apiaries because it's easy to carry those plastic feeders around with the shells, and you can put in several of those frame feeders if you need, and dump in a big load of syrup and then come back to it later. Now I'm not exclusively on those. I have a pile of these 1/2-gallon mason jars, and I only use those at home because I don't like driving around with glass. And those are fed in a similar fashion. I'll give this one a little smoke. Put my smoker down, and we'll lift off this top box. You can see these 2 1/2-gallon mason feeders. This is the piece of plastic, this one, that will go through them with the winter. And again, I'll lift this off. The other one was pushed, the other piece was put in and pushed down, because if this piece of foam separated from the box by this piece of plastic isn't completely flush, then it negates the insulation if it's too lumpy. So let me take these off and I'll show you what we do. So I'll just take this off, bang the bees in. Bees in, come to the scale, make sure it's on 0, lift the scale up, lift the bees up. You see, that's it. 75.6 pounds, which is just where I want it to be. So to get this ready, come back over here, take this off, take this off, take this off, take this off, lift up this. And we pick up that piece of plastic which fell down. You can put that over the top. Put this on top. As you can see, that's fitting flush. If I can fit it flush and rest it with one hand, I know it's good. We've got the plastic greenhouse material there. We'll put the brick on top. Then important detail is to record the weight. 161 over 100. Where is that one? Right up here. 161 over 100, and that was 75. So you can see I've just recorded 75, and when I was here on the 22nd, 4 days ago, I added half a gallon, and it was 72 pounds at that stage, so it put on 3. The one next to it over there was 74. I put on half a gallon, that I put on 2. I round down to the nearest pound. It's my convention, but that's basically my process, just slowly going through and getting them ready for winter. This one's ready for winter. Let's leave it alone.